Have you ever looked at your landscape painting and felt like the trees and grass just don't feel alive, like something is missing? In this oil painting tutorial for beginners, I'll show you an effortless technique to paint lush grassy areas and trees in just minutes. We'll also explore how to choose your base color, add a final glaze, and use palette knives and crumpled kitchen paper to create beautiful clouds. If you're ready to explore some unconventional methods, stick around. We are painting on MDF panel, which has been treated with white acrylic undercoat and finished with the 3 layers of gesso. It's important to make sure MDF is well treated so our oil painting is everlasting. And now my favorite way to paint my first layer of oil paint. Instead to start with darker colors, I'll do it reverse. I'll keep first base colors very light and let dry for a couple of days to make sure it's completely dry, so second stage or second layer we can shape clouds and grass feel easier with our palette knife, rough bristle brush, and also with the crumple up paper towel. I'm just blending and make it smooth surface with the blending brush and keep blending nice and smooth, and that's gonna be our base color when we start shaping up our grass and clouds on the top. I just like these methods because when we put darker color on the top, the light colors, and we can shape our landscape how we want it, and we get all the highlights what shines underneath. So it's a great way to do the landscape. Now when the painting is totally dry now for a couple days, we can start building up our sunset. I'm using Indian yellow and burnt sienna. The burnt sienna is that orange, a little bit more orange color, which is the transparent color, and same is the Indian yellow is the transparent color as well. And I just mixed it with a little bit more Payne's gray, titanium white, and a little bit ultramarine violet, and we are applying the paint on the panel with our palette knife and just doing random shapes. And I usually use the crumple up paper towel creating those clouds, but I sometimes just want to change my approach, and this time I'm just using the palette knife. And of course also I using the crumple up paper towel just to soften up the edge of the clouds. And remember, soften up with your blending brush as well. And now we can shape up, because the underpainting is dry, we can actually shape up our clouds a little bit and soften up with our clean paper towel. And you can add some colors as well, a little bit more darker colors, and it's just basically just the building up the scene. And like you can see, I always soften up with my blending brush as well. And palette knife is good tool as well to get that little effects as well. And like you can see, I just rolled up the paper towel to get those extra clouds on sunset. And once in a while I just step back and have a look how the sky looks. So if it needs to be fixed, you just fix it, and it's just easy to shape up. And you do need to change your paper towel once in a while. So there's plenty on the big roll, you can grab it and just crumple it up again and just add up a little bit more color. Like in this stage I just wanted a little bit more highlights on the edge of the clouds, and I add a little bit burnt sienna in titanium white mix, brighten up a little bit, and later on I will add just right in the edge of the clouds with a little bit more brighter highlights. This is what you get with oil paint. You have more time to shape up your landscape, and I think acrylic paints have these days some medium you can use. on your paint, but I still think that oil paint has that more advantage, that you have more time to shape up your oil paint. And I have a simple trick to show you how to get that sunset on a panel. Tip your little finger in titanium white and then you smear it on to get that bit of a highlights around your sun, and then add up again one more time on your panel the sun. Very, very simple trick. Also, with the trees, just crumple up a little piece of paper, and those distant trees, you gotta have a little tiny crumple up paper towel, and just dip it on olive green in this case, and then you got the blue masking tape to get that nice distant tree line, and then just put a 5 mil or 10 mil underneath the distant tree line, and then you just crumple up your paper towel a little bit, and then tap it up to the olive green. And like you can see, I just made a little tiny twisted paper tool, and I'm just adding up some of the tree trunks and the branches as well. And again, just move your blue masking tape underneath about 1 inch, and then start again the tree line. And get your new crumple up paper towel again, and make sure it's a little bit larger size. This time you crumple it up and you get a little bit more bigger, larger size trees on your panel. And this way it's just easy to get those distant foliages of the tree. Very easy and quick way to create. And again, I'm just twisting that little paper towel again, doing those tree trunks and branches as well. And it does give that a nice effect because it's a sunset, and the color is burnt amber, what we're using for those trees. Usually I'm using the olive green, but in this case, because the sunset, the burnt amber works well. And then later on, towards the end, I just had a little bit olive green mixed with very little titanium white. So give that bit of a green color on the tree afterwards. But like you can see, you can make different tools with your paper towel and create different effects, like just adding up a little bit softer look on the top of the trees, and correcting my tree line with my angle brush. We're just mixing up with yellow ochre and titanium white, and using my palette knife to apply the paint on the panel first, and then I'm just using the rough bristle brush to blend it. And same thing on bottom of the panel, I'll adding up the burnt amber, which is very same color what we used for those trees as well. And then I just blend it with my blending brush. And if you didn't already know, I always use Winsor Newton Liquid Original mixed on my oil paints because it gives that a little bit more fluid and easier to work with. It also speeds up the drying time. Like you can see, it's very easy now to create those grass fields, and with your very rough bristle brush, it has to be very rough bristle, otherwise it won't work. If you got the soft brush, it won't give those nice grassland fields effects. Very quick way to get your bit of effects. And what's happening is that underpainting is still shining through while you're doing those grassland effects. And again, if we are happy with the result, we just leave the painting dry for a couple days and we can do the third layer easily. I'm just adding painter's blue masking tape bottom of the tree trunk, and just adding up a very thick layer of the paint with my palette knife. And the mix is burnt amber with the ultramarine blue, a little bit ultramarine blue, that it doesn't go too black, but a very dark brown. I'm also using my palette knife to creating those branches on the tree, just to get a little bit more thicker layer of the paint, and it's just a great way to texture for your tree. And if you want to get your paint a little bit more thicker, you can always use the marble dust, calcium carbonate powder, which is a great way to thicken your paint. If you are interested in more texture paintings, I got the playlist for it if you want to check it out. And if you stick around a little bit longer, I have a bit of a surprise for you on towards the end. I'll let you know what I have for you. But before that, I'll show you how to create those tree foliages very easily. And obviously you're gonna have to crumple up the paper towel a little bit bigger and make sure it's well crumpled up, and then you just tap up. This time I'll tap on my burnt amber and ultramarine blue mixed. And like I said before, just make sure that you don't put too much ultramarine blue, because then it goes totally black. So we want to get to that a little bit more brown side of it. And again, I'm just twisting the paper towel again to get ready for getting a little bit more texture for that tree trunk and highlights as well. Underpainting is still shining through as well. So it's a bit of a sunset highlights without adding any paint, but you still got the highlights coming through. And then you just take that blue masking tape out and we start creating the shade of that tree. Have you ever looked at the boa tree and wondered, why does it look like it's growing upside down? There is actually a beautiful story behind it, and I think as a painters we are in the best position to truly feel it. Aboriginal mythology tells us that the Baobab was once a proud and arrogant tree. It boasted constantly of its beauty, louder than all others. So the spirit made a decision to teach it humility. They pulled it from the earth and replanted it upside down. Its roots now waving quietly in the air, its branches buried in the ground. And there it stands, to this day, sparse, twisted, stripped of the leaves for much of the year. But here is what I found so moving about this. What was they meant as a punishment? Become one of the most extraordinary silhouettes in all of nature. Gently, gently, that is how I want you to look at the Baobab tree when we paint. Not as a difficult shape, but a story. It's all about exploring what you see and painting what you feel. And that, I think, is the real magic of this tree. And I'm just adding up very, very light highlights. So what I did, I just add a little bit titanium white on olive green, but very little, to get that very, very light highlights. So just tapping up very gently, and you get those, and even the distant trees as well. I just add up some green with my crumple up paper towel. While I'm doing the detailing and glazing a little bit, adding the Indian yellow and burnt sienna colors, I'm super excited to share this. My very first 7-part oil painting beginners course is on the way. And if you are one of my studio supporter members, you'll get it completely free. If you ever wanted to try oil painting or just didn't know where to start, this is gonna be perfect for you. When you join my studio supporter explorer team, you also get priority replies to your comments and questions, behind the scene photos and updates, members only videos you won't find anywhere else. It's basically a way to get a bit closer, learn more, and be part of my journey with me. If you want in, I've dropped the link in the description below. I also offer a monthly newsletter tailored for art collectors. This is a separate link in the description below. And don't worry, I'll still be posting my regular videos every Saturday night at 8 PM Australian time. So make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye now.